Seeing you back here. Oh my god, okay. I really do feel shy. Having, how many do I have now? 462 subscribers. Jesus. Oh my, that's like almost as much as I have on like my playlist channel. That has taken like 3 years to get that many. Jesus. But I really do appreciate it. Oh my god. Like, not to be over dramatic, but I feel like my dreams can come true now. Like, there's hope for something to happen and go right, you know? Because obviously, art is like a huge part of everything I do. So, I I have gotten a few comments asking, or like, about my OCs. So, I thought I would make one just talking about them because it's fun. um, yeah. I'm not good at editing whatsoever, so this is the best you're gonna get, and I'm gonna need to go back and forth through a bunch of things. So, yeah. I was just gonna talk about a few of them, but I know that some of you like to listen to me in the background while doing other things. So I'm probably gonna be here a long time. Strap in, boys. So I should probably start with some of like the oldest OCs I have. Which, like, I mean, she's part of it, but I'm not very organized, obviously. There they are. Found them. So, yeah. It's embarrassing because her name, this one right here, her name is Blue. Can, can you tell why? And this girl is Petunia. So I've redrawn Blue, but Petunia girl is so hard. How am I supposed to make this into something like this? I can't. I can't. But it's fine because she's dead anyways. Let me explain. Okay. The lore behind these two. I made this a long time ago. Somehow I still remember it even though I'm losing my memory by the day. But this is sticking with me. So, Blue is like an assassin for hire, basically. And someone has hired her to, assassinate Petunia. And the way Blue likes to do things is like to get close to the person and then kill them. Because it's fun. I don't know, like, you gotta make the most of it. And she gets close with Petunia, probably a bit too close, but still has to assassinate her because it's like important or whatever. For what reason? Don't know, but but because Blue got so close to Petunia, it's like a huge heartbreak for her, and like things just, yeah. After that, I don't know what happens, but that's basically the story. And I need to redraw Petunia at some point, but like, she's bald. She has always been bald in my head, so how the fuck am I supposed to draw her with hair? Or am I supposed to draw her bald? I don't draw bald people very often, so I don't know. Plus, they're like aliens. At least she definitely is. I mean, I don't know many humans with blue skin, but iron deficiency is wild, I guess. I don't know. But yeah, that's the lore between these two, and it's always been that lore. When did I think I drew this back in like 2018 roughly, and then this one is like from a couple of weeks ago. I don't really like it that much, but you know. The reason she has hair covering her eyes is because she did in like the first few designs, but this drawing she didn't. But I was like, I miss her having like being the edge lord that she is. So yeah, she's gone through a lot. I don't want to show you that because it's embarrassing. Anyway, who else can I like? I have a lot. Don't look at that. You did not see that. I would 100% make a video just going through my favorite TikToks. It would be so fun. Oh. Okay, I don't know who to continue with. Let's do this one because it's literally all about that one TikTok that I've roughly mentioned before where I reference Shopkins. I was like me looking at my art and then recognizing something and it's like, oh my god, it looks like the Shopkin eyes. Which I don't draw that anymore, but I did. And then it blew up, got like 25,000 likes, and I was like, what the fuck? I made it because I was bored and it blew up. So I decided to draw a Shopkin as a character. And he's cute. So that's his origin story. I've never redrawn him after this, which is so sad because he's adorable. But, you know. I mean, I can talk about some of these characters that I got going on. They don't have much lore, but I want to point out like the inspiration behind them because I love how creative I was. Everyone's so creative. And I was. I had like a small obsession with drawing like nature or items as like, well, not items, but you know, as like characters. So this girl is inspired by a tree. I don't remember what tree exactly, but that's where she comes from. And I wanted to pull in like culture as well. I think I kind of took from like Brazil a bit with her. And I love it personally. I don't know if that like comes across, but I don't know. Like I like roping in culture from where I can, like even if it's not super apparent, but you know. Like some kid might look at this and like not feel bad about themselves, you know. Which is why I prefer to draw like afros and like all my black characters and like fun hairstyles because they can do that too. Alright. This dude also haven't drawn him much after this, but he's inspired by a fungus. The name of the fungus I don't fucking know. It's super hard to pronounce. I think. I don't know. Well, not super hard, but for me it is. But he was inspired by a fungus found in like Japan. It's like small. It's like as small as your pinky nail. I don't. It would be so funny if he was that tiny. But I love him. And if you know what fungus he's inspired by, then props. You get some points. I saw some cows, I think, on my For You page, and I immediately was like, I need to draw that as a character, and I did. I liked it at the time, but now looking back at it, it's like, what? I need to redraw him, because, duh. This is more of like an OC tour at this point, but... Gee. Her. is she's inspired by a cactus. This was the first drawing I drew of her, and this is like the latest one that I've done. I also made a doll of her because I don't know, I was obsessed. Here we have a jellyfish. Yar. So we have a few of those, but what I really want to focus on, that I have like a lot of lore for, are like my fantasy characters. Like, did I have the newest one here? Don't know. Oh yeah, I do. Her. I drew a bunch of gremlins, or not gremlins, goblins. And she is one of them. She's an earth goblin, if I remember correctly. So I made like a whole universe with a lot of them, and probably some of my other characters exist there too, like the tree girl, a flower girl, like the mushroom, like the fungus dude. All of them probably exist in like the same universe. So I'm like continuously building on it. Even though it sounds cliche, it's like, oh yeah, that's every fantasy universe ever. Like, but they're mine. So, what like the earth goblins do is that they're the one like harvesting the trees and leather and stuff, and like ship that out to the others because they have like access to that. Hello? Yeah, they have like access to all of those resources. So like the clothes are made of like leather and stuff, and yeah, they ship, like they make that for themselves and they ship it out to others because they're different types of goblins and they all like work together in a community and also like work with the other creatures that live there. They also make like weapons, but not mainly, you know. Their main focus is like forest life and harvesting. This is a yeti, if I remember correctly. Self-explanatory. They live in the mountains. It's cold. Brr. um, so they harvest like, you know, fur and those kinds of things, and that like meat from polar bears and whatever, like whatnot, like what lives up there. So obviously they're way bigger than others. My iPad is so stupid. So that's kind of like what they do, but they also get like a different type of leather, I assume. I don't know. I made a whole TikTok on it, but it was a while ago. So this is a fire goblin. They live by like the volcanoes and stuff, and they can like, you know, tolerate higher temperatures. So they're the one like forging the weapons and stuff. Um, so they're like, they mainly make weapons and they get like gems and make jewelry and whatnot. And obviously, because they live in such a warm environment, they are usually more free. They can handle, like the Yetis can handle like way colder weather, and like the forest goblins handle like the normal temperatures. So that's why they ship things around, because they can handle the different temperatures. Like the others can't handle the different temperatures. So they all like work together to like form a society, you know? And I also have like a flower character that are like tiny, probably some mushroom girls. I tried drawing one once, but it didn't really work. That Also help like with the forest goblins and whatnot. This guy is probably there somewhere. Like, of course there are gonna be mermaids and mermen and fishmen. He's inspired by an anglerfish, so my friend dared me to make a design, and yeah. So I'm assuming they probably like they and the forest goblins like harvest the fish and whatnot. I already explained her lore in my last video, which by the way, like I'm not a video essay channel, so don't treat me like one. I got a guy like commenting and criticizing my entire video without giving me like tips. He was like, "This sucks," and like ran away. Okay, what can I do to make it better then, my guy? Nothing, clearly. But she is, you know, like I've mentioned, a retired succubus who's now in like a couples like counselor and does like couples therapy because she's been through the motions and she's tired of it, I guess. I don't know. I love everything about it. She's an alien. What more can I say? I also do, if I go to my Instagram maybe. Don't judge. Don't, please. If I go to my Instagram profile, it took you long enough. This guy, I've said it before that I do paint. Sorry if you don't like gore, it's kind of too late for me to save your eyes now. Let's just focus on like the least gory one. So I paint this dude a lot as like, I don't know. I've said that my paintings don't really have meaning and they don't, but sometimes they kind of do. Like they have like a hidden meaning, I guess. But him as a character, I've kind of like built a small like story for him because he's, you know, human but not human. So what I was thinking is that he was a human, yeah, trapped, like he was exploring a cave with other like friends or co-workers or something, and you know something happens, the cave like caves in, like starts falling apart, and he gets stuck in there. Like the others, I don't know what happened. One probably dies under the rubble. I don't know. And he's forced to stay there and literally like go insane, basically. And that's what he does. That friend that died probably ate him. Ooh. Ooh. And I don't know, he just becomes like a thing of his own. How he gets pointy ass ears, I don't know. Maybe he just I don't know. But yeah, that's like his main lore, I guess, and maybe he like tries to re-enter society or something, but people are like, what the fuck is wrong with you? So this was basically like the first painting I did of him, and like I just wanted to paint something fun for me anyways, and my mom don't like it. She didn't like it, but I couldn't stop painting him, so now I have a few. Some of them I don't really like, so I was thinking of selling a couple of them. Like this one, it's huge, by the way. It's the biggest one of all of them. It took a long time. It took a few days to paint, but I don't know. I don't really like it. And this one, like I like the effect, but like, nah, nah. So those two, and probably this one. Something is just a bit off about it. Obviously, like the skull should have been a bit closer to the middle, but yeah. So if anyone wants them, let me know and I'll give them to you. My Instagram is like a rabbit hole of its own. But I don't think many of my other characters have much of a backstory. I mean, we do have elves in my like goblin fantasy world where most of my OCs probably live. Like, I feel like that's the world where all my OCs live. But the elves are like more elegant and soft, you know? And they're like, they're rich, but like they get all their stuff from the others, except for the fact that they probably make like the fabrics and the silks and all of that for the others. I didn't draw that, but I just came up with it. Creative. This is an ice goblin, which like they live with the Yetis. So they kind of like work together, but like there's a size difference, so obviously some of them are better than things the others are. These are old. This is embarrassing. This dude, he's been through a lot. He's been with me for a long time. Like, this was last year's painting of him. This was before that, and this was like the first drawing of him. So, but he's one of my favorites. He was also in one of my last videos where I drew this, which is hands down one of my absolute favorite drawings. So obvious, like he's inspired by a cow, which is why I'm like saying that all my OCs probably live in the same universe, like fantasy universe with all the others. Like I have a demon, I have the flower girl redraw, a, a, a girl with pink skin, a zombie, like, and a goat. Obviously, they should live in the same universe. And I ship him with Lux, which is one of my favorite girls, that I made a keychain of. I made a keychain of this drawing with like a star keychain attachment. It's so cute. I don't have a picture, but I'm sure you can imagine. Since I mentioned him, we have my zombie, Attil, I don't know. I write it, I don't say it. But he's basically like he died and his friend like tried to, because he agreed before he died to be subject to like an experiment, and that experiment involved like trying to turn him into a zombie, essentially, like trying to get him back to life for like because that would be revolutionary, obviously. And it succeeds, but his memory sucks, and like his body obviously like decays over time, and so does his brain. So he constantly needs to like replace his brain to keep his body from like falling apart too quickly. How that works, don't ask me. But with every new brain comes like new memories and stuff. Like he works at a morgue. And no, he's not a child. Someone asked me that on my TikTok. Like, how does a child work at a morgue? He's not a child. Probably in like his mid-20s when he died. So he harvests brains from like his job and uses them to like keep living, basically. So he gets like that person's memories, but also he forgets all the past memories from the other brains, because once the brain leaves, the memory does too with it. So, and he's pretty dumb. Like it takes him a while after every brain to like learn how to use his body properly and stuff. But I love him. He's really cute, I think. um I don't know if I have. Yeah, I redrew the the goblin girl. I just put her in a new outfit and a new hairstyle. I still love this drawing. So she doesn't have much lore. I don't think many of my other characters here really have lore. She looks like she would have lore, but she doesn't. It's just a redraw of a redraw. This was the first drawing, second redraw, and then this. I would love to make a video like going in depth of like how I got my art style, because I've gotten a lot of comments and compliments, which is like, oh, it's so fun. I love reading every single comment, and I try like to read it whenever I can. Like at work today, I got a new comment and I just had to like stop and read it, and then I was like, oh shit, wait, work. So I really appreciate everyone. um and I'll say it again, like I'm up for art trades, commissioning you, and the huge collage piece that I was thinking of, like collab with everyone who wants to join. I've gotten like I think one or two people so far. So you can comment or you can add me somewhere. You decide, honestly. If you're into it. I think that's all the lore I have on my character. Like I have so many characters, but barely any of them have lore. So they should have lore, but they don't. But yeah. Since you're probably curious, I yes, it's a Matthew Lillard edit. Okay, don't. Leave me alone. I think that's all. I feel like I talked about nothing. I feel like I sat here and blabbered. But that's all I have, I guess. So I hope it wasn't boring. I realized once I started talking that like these OCs have nothing. But most of them are single, so if you if you have an OC, then most of them are. I love shipping OCs or just making my OCs friends with others, okay? It's fun. It's like a fun artist crossover. Alright? Yeah, that's all I have.